I am bored. What should I do?
Ah, ich weiß.
Get Germanized.
Hey guys, and welcome to the first sunrise talk. Dave and I are going to pretty much just talk about whatever comes to mind. I want to tell you a little bit about my America trip and about Oktoberfest because I've just returned from that. And I'm going to ask Dave questions, and if he wants to know something, he's going to ask me. That's pretty much how it goes. And for the next sunrise talk, or whatever kind of talk it will be, you can ask us questions in the comments and we'll answer them next time. So Dave, you've never been to America, right?
No. And hi, by the way.
Hi. Yeah,
No,
sorry.
I've not been to America yet. Would like to go there, obviously. And so I'm very curious about how life works there and like what is different there compared to Germany and Europe. Because like one thing I've heard before, even like you went there, was that the kind of like the tipping system and how that works is pretty different. For instance,
Oh yeah, it is definitely
like
different.
the way you give money and all that, and you pay for things and in restaurants and all that. That's really different, yeah.
I've actually recently talked, I think it should be out by now, talked in the video 15 things, or 15 American things Europeans find strange about the tipping system and how it is very different from Germany. I guess I could just talk about it again here if you want to know. It's, for example, when you eat out somewhere in a restaurant, then you sit down, eat your food, then the waiter comes, brings you your check. It's a little black book mostly with your bill in it. And what you do is, if you want to pay with credit card, you put your credit card in that book. Then the waiter comes again, picks it up, takes it away, brings the bill back to you, and then it has a little gap there where you say how much you want to tip them. And then you have to sign it. Because they already have your credit card information after they took it the first time.
Okay.
So now they spare you the embarrassment of tipping them directly. They just, you know, you can leave the tip there. They're gonna leave. They're not gonna stand there and wait.
Okay.
So you basically write down what you want and leave, and then they're gonna pick it up and either hate you or love you. That's basically how it works with a credit card. And when you pay cash, they bring you back your change, unless you say you can keep the change, that's the tip. They're going to bring you back your change, and then, well, you have to leave the tip, and then they pick it up.
Ah, yeah.
That's another way you can do it, and that was very, very different for me. It is different here as well, right?
Yeah, it is. Surely is. Another thing that I'm curious about is the warmth there and the whole temperature thing. Because I think, from what I've heard, it's like, even though it can be warm in Germany too, on many days, like in the summer and all that, it's still a different kind of warmth compared to like the warmth in America on many regions there. Because maybe it's even more dry, or it's, yeah, kind of different. I don't know why.
Oh, it's more humid actually in America,
Yeah.
where I was.
Yeah.
I mean, that must be different in different states. Maybe California is different. But since I've stayed in Georgia, I can only really talk about my experience there. I heard it's very similar to Florida, even though Florida is supposed to be, correct me if I'm wrong, but even more humid than Georgia, sorry. So what someone told me you could compare it with is, if you stick your head in the dryer after it's done, the steam and the hotness and the humidity that comes out of there, it feels similar to what it's like in Florida and Georgia.
All right.
And I can definitely say that It was very hard to walk outside sometimes because I've been there during the dog days, they call it, because it's the days you wouldn't even send your dog out.
Ah, hence the name.
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
And I remember being at Six Flags, this big amusement park they have there, and just sweat constantly. And I was so embarrassed because at some point, because my body isn't used to that, right? I was sweating so much. I think much more than anyone else around me. And I was so embarrassed because I could smell myself after a while. Yeah, and I was like, oh no, I want to go home and take a shower. But yeah, even someone even said, "Wow, it smells like BO here." And I was just hoping that they didn't mean me. But it was just super embarrassing. My body is just not used to that kind of heat.
Yeah, I mean, it's like really different to Germany. I mean, we can have like many very hot days in Germany too, but it's a different kind of temperature scale maybe, and it's a different kind of warmth and how you actually respond to it in your body and all that.
Yeah, I mean, because we grew up here, we're used to what it's like here, right? Other people might be constantly cold or something like that because they come from a very hot place. And like for example, a subscriber of mine that I met recently in a meet and greet in Munich, she comes from Thailand, and she said it's very cold here in comparison. And yeah, I agree, because I've been in Thailand. It's much more humid and hot.
Okay. Yeah, so one thing I find very fascinating to some extent, because I've not experienced it myself yet, because I've never flown and all that stuff, never been away too much. So the whole jet lag thing, and like how's the experience of like suffering from a jet lag, and how do you get rid of it? Like, what are your tips, like tricks and all that?
That's a good question, and hard to answer for me, because I struggled a lot this time with jet lag. I didn't have as much of a problem when I flew to Australia, because I guess you fly into the future, yeah, as opposed to flying to America where it's like the past. Back to the future. No, back to the past. Whatever.
Living in the past.
Living in the past. But yeah, coming back from that, from a 9-hour time difference, I think it was 9 hours.
6 hours.
6 hours. Oh, 6. Sorry.
6 hours.
Yeah. 6-hour time difference was just very difficult. Whenever I would go to bed here, it would be 6 p.m. in America, in Georgia, and so I wasn't tired at all. So what I would do is lay in bed for 6 hours, and then it's 6 a.m. and then I would get tired eventually at some point.
And that did work? Like...
No, I slept until 2 p.m. then, so that wasn't what I wanted.
Okay.
I wanted to wake up at a reasonable time, like 8 a.m. or something like that, right?
But nope.
No, that didn't work at all. So I tried to set my alarm clock one day, even though I had only slept 2 hours or so, because I again could only fall asleep at around 6 a.m. and then set my alarm clock to, I don't know, 8 or 9 a.m. So I slept only 2 to 3 hours. Wow. And that day was so difficult. And what I did was drink lots of energy drinks and coffee and stuff like that. And I was completely destroyed by the end of it. And sadly, that didn't work to get rid of my jet lag. But setting the alarm clock and then being tired all day, you have to suffer through that a couple of times. In my experience, at least, there's no real trick to it. I don't think. You just need to struggle through it.
Like, I guess it's like a rather individual thing. Like, everyone like experiences that differently, I guess. So yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, it was
really hard.
Very difficult. Sometimes I didn't have a problem with jet lag, like in the past when I went to Australia, like I said, or Bangkok, or Thailand. Not really. I'm really curious to see what it will be like when I go to Japan, if I have a problem there, because what I will have to do is I will fly there and then arrive at 8 something in the morning, and then go to the apartment in Shibuya, and then party in the evening, because it's the Halloween party there that I was going there for in the first place, because my birthday is on Halloween, right? And so I wanted to experience the Halloween experience in Shibuya. And so I will have to not rest or anything. I will have to go there and party on the same day I arrive.
Good luck on that.
Yeah, I hope I'm not going to be jet lagged in any form or shape. Otherwise, it will be very difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, but yeah, in general, I didn't really experience jet lag when I went to America, right? So that was easier for me because I could just stay awake longer, I suppose. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then be on the right schedule. I was then tired, obviously, but that was fine. And then I just got up at the correct time when the others got up, and then I got into the schedule easier.
Yeah, because like I was always thinking about the time difference as well. Because like when it was 6 p.m. in Germany, I thought, well, it's just like noon over there.
Yeah.
It's so like really weird when you're not used to that. And I mean, like, we all know about time differences in different time zones and all that, but it's still something, strange and interesting, I think.
It's hard to comprehend that, you know, someone is in a completely different time zone. I have friends from so many different countries, and I always forget again. Like, I'm like, hey, blah, blah, blah. What? I just woke up.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I was like, oh, sorry, yeah.
Stuff like that. I mean, it even affects our, like, upload schedules and all that, because we also upload videos in the evening, in German evenings, because if we did that before that time, like in the afternoon, for instance, it would be too early for most states in the US, for instance, so it wouldn't make sense to do that.
Yeah, when I was in Georgia, I always, to like stay on my original schedule, I always had to upload or publish at least videos around 2 to 3 p.m. there, which would then be 8 to 9 here in Germany. So I had to be aware of that, obviously.
Yeah, right. So would you say like that the overall experience there was a good one? Like, did you really enjoy it there? And all, like Atlanta, for instance, the city, and how it looked like obviously it's a big city, so it's really different to like many other regions in Germany, for instance. I mean, we also have major cities and all that, but I think it's like a different, size of a city. Like,
actually, it is not even the size of Cologne.
No,
I looked it up. It has 400,000 citizens, I think.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Atlanta isn't actually all that big in comparison to many German cities. But I did enjoy my time in the US a lot. And Atlanta I enjoyed. I mean, I didn't really see a whole lot of the city. I saw like the major tourist attractions. Like we went to the Georgia Aquarium, which is located in Atlanta. I made a video about that. Check it out, guys. And also went to the Puppetry Museum there, which was really, really cool. You saw like all the puppets of the Sesame Street and the movie The Labyrinth. And what was it, Dark Tower or something like that, I think. And many different other movies like Corpse Bride puppets were there. They had puppets from the Lion King musical. Really, really cool stuff. Original Japanese puppeteer puppets, like whole full body puppets, right? And yeah, I also made a video of
costumes and all that.
Really, really interesting stuff.
Nice.
And we did so many different things. We went tubing on the Chattahoochee River. There's going to be a video about that in the future as well. First, I'm going to publish the Oktoberfest videos, just because it was so recent. I want to publish them closer to the event. But then, you know, more videos about my America experience. Got lots of cool stuff to come still. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
So what I remember is like you said that you were about to do like a Get Americanized party on a Sunday, I think. I think you texted me about that.
Get Americanized party. Yeah, my friend Jackie, she invited a few friends, and we ate food that she cooked, really nice and delicious stuff like meatballs and different kind of dips and stuff. That was really nice.
So what is your like summary on American food compared to German food?
Well, I mean, I shouldn't judge too harshly anyways, because I haven't really tasted all of it. And we went to all the fast food chains a lot, just, you know, because that's what I guess you show visitors, and that's what I wanted to see as well, because I knew all those fast food places from movies and, you know, TV shows, and just from the internet, like Taco Bell and Wendy's. We didn't go there, but or Chick-fil-A or whatever. So I just wanted to try that, and the focus was on that because of it. So it wasn't really anyone's fault that I maybe didn't try all the normal foods. My friend Jackie is an amazing cook. She made so many delicious and healthy things as well. She made salads for me. She made chili for me one night. She baked me an amazing red velvet cake with cream cheese frosting on top of it. That was so good. And I had, like, her family hosted me one night. We ate traditional southern food, like a stew. I think it's low country boil, it's called, where they have basically a broth with seafood and all different kinds of vegetables. Like the seafood in this case was shrimps, and haven't had shrimps in a long time because I used to be vegetarian, obviously, and so I didn't eat that. But it was super delicious. They had this amazing sauce to go with it, this cocktail sauce, I think, and just, yeah, the food was great. The only thing I noticed is that, for example, in fast food places, it's even more unhealthy as it is here, just because they have way more fat in this stuff. Like the burgers are drenched in fat, like the buns here are dry, right, most of the time, and there they're just covered in grease and stuff, like in fat, basically. And they fry everything. They even have fried pickles, like these little Gürkchen, right? Eingelegte Gurken in Scheiben, in slices, and they fry them. It was delicious as well, but also very unhealthy, obviously. I mean, it's a fast food place, but I don't think we would necessarily do that here.
So, would you say, like, for instance, regarding candy, like, is American candy sweeter or tasting sweeter than German candy is, or like is something that would be salty in German even saltier in America? Like, is it more extreme in general regarding the taste? Can you say something like that, or it's like?
Well, I mean, the only not really. The only thing I noticed is, but I think we do this here as well. They put palm oil in a lot of stuff, even in pretzels, like the salt pretzels that we like to eat, right? The little ones, the crunchy ones. They put a lot of palm oil in that. I don't know for a fact if we do that. Do you know if we do that or not? Palm oil?
But I don't think so, to be honest.
Because it's a cheap source of sugar. That's why they do it, obviously, right? It's really cheap to produce, and so they put it in everything to make it taste better. I'm not quite sure how much we do that here in Germany. Maybe our viewers know more about that. But that's just something I noticed, you know, not judging it, just something I noticed.
So, but maybe like, switching the topic, how was the food at the Oktoberfest?
Oh yeah, the Oktoberfest food. Well, also very hearty and very calorie rich. Since I eat meat again now, I enjoyed all the pork knuckles, wie heißt das auf Deutsch? What do you say in German? Pork knuckle is Schweinshaxe.
Schweinshaxe, yeah.
Schweinshaxe, pork knuckle, with like a crispy skin and stuff like that, and really tender meat inside.
Nice. Oh, I love that too.
Yeah, it was really good, and yeah, just other foods like Camembert with cranberries with Preiselbeeren, and so many nice things. Spätzle, obviously, with onion on top, with dried onion, was so delicious. Spätzle is basically the German version of mac and cheese, for you guys out there, if you don't know what that is.
So, did you have like the same table as last year? Or like, was it kind of different this time around compared to last year?
Well, our viewers can check out which table we had in the Oktoberfest videos we did last year there. They are so amazing. One is called Drunk at Oktoberfest, and the other one is called A Crazy Day at Oktoberfest.
Yeah, cool vlogs.
Yes, some of the best, I think, that I ever filmed, because it's just so much fun to rewatch them. And you can see that we're in the same tents, actually, that we have been in this year. You're going to see that in the upcoming vlogs from the Oktoberfest. I haven't edited them yet, damn it. The mead that we're drinking, the honey wine, is showing its effect.
Yeah.
But Yeah, we had the same tents basically, the Löwenbräu and the Bräurose tent, and we had the morning shift this year again.
The morning shift. What does that mean?
Well, you have 2 different shifts in the tents. Basically, a morning shift that goes from like 10 until 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
So the morning and the afternoon, and then from the late afternoon until I think 11 or 11:30 or something like that, which is often more rowdy because the people are already drunk when they come into the tents, right? And it's way more lively. Because at first, not even music is playing when you go in there in the morning.
Okay.
Like the music starts at 12, I think, and you go in there at 10, and then you have 2 hours of just sitting there talking, not music playing, no one's dancing, nothing.
So is it live music as well?
Yeah, it's a band in the middle of the tent, like traditional folk players, I
Bavarian
guess.
folk music.
Bavarian folk music, basically, which is really fitting. It fits. It's cool if they do it at the Oktoberfest. I don't mind it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't listen to it normally.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah. So yeah, I've never been to the Oktoberfest yet. So I'm really curious about the whole atmosphere and all that, because like as you mentioned before, you can check out older vlogs about that. I think we also did like FAQ videos for the Oktoberfest last year.
We did.
I think so. Yeah. And like just in general, would you say that there were more men than women, or was it like kind of mixed?
It was very mixed, thank God. I mean, otherwise, that's like a big part of Oktoberfest, seeing women in Dirndl.
Yeah.
It's what guys go there for, I think, and the drinking. But no, it was very, very mixed. Lots of guys in lederhosen, lots of girls in lederhosen as well. That's a trend. Last year it was already as well. Yeah, some girls just don't like dirndl. Maybe they think they don't have the bosom for it. I don't know.
Oh,
but,
okay, yeah.
You know, girls in lederhosen can look very sexy as well. I enjoyed that. So
what about guys in dirndl then?
I haven't seen any guys in dirndl.
No?
That's unfair, I know, right?
Yeah,
But
it is.
No, I haven't experienced that.
That should be the new trend. Well, maybe no. I don't know.
The new drag Oktoberfest trend. But yeah, no. I mean, maybe next year. Who knows?
Who knows?
Right?
Yeah.
It's a developing process. So
like and because like we both know that many, for instance, Bavarian politicians are there, and many celebrities from Germany attend the Oktoberfest as well. So is it like, do they have like specific VIP tents for those people, or is it like mixed up where you can sit next to a celebrity in the same tent, for instance?
Well, sometimes you get lucky and you see a celebrity in a normal tent, but I think the main tent for that is the Käferzelt.
Oh, okay.
And you don't go in there, you cannot go in there as a normal person, at least not until you're very lucky. I don't know how, I've never tried to get in, but from what I've heard, you cannot get in unless you're someone famous. And they gather there every year. Apparently this year there were less international stars just because they were scared of terror attacks and stuff like that. But all the German stars, they didn't care, they just came anyway.
Okay.
Like football players, all different kinds of sports stars, obviously movie stars and show stars and all those people, politicians. All
so like, did you see some celebrity maybe outside of a tent?
I don't think so. I mean, I was too drunk to notice anyway, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What is about this, like, this wooden sign that you had, like, which said "Get Germanized"? I saw that on a picture you took. What is the story behind that?
It's called a Glupperl. I didn't know it before that year actually either. It's a little wooden peg, a Wäscheklammer, and you put it on your lederhosen straps here on the Hosenträger. What's it called? The suspenders or something.
Suspenders,
yeah. Or on your shirt, and you can have a little saying on there. They carve it in there with like a heat cover or whatever.
Nice.
And so they came to my table and asked me, "Hey, do you want one of those?" And I was like, "How much?" €6.50 for that little thing.
All right.
Usually it's only $4 or $3.50, I think, but since they came directly to my table, it costs more. and I ordered 4 because all the other people wanted some, and I was like, oh yeah, if you wear them, you're pretty much doing like an advertisement for me, so I'll pay. It says Get Germanized on them, and Wiesen and a little heart. So that was very, very cool, I thought. I might even produce them myself as merchandise. That reminds me, guys, if you want to get Germanized merchandise, I have a merchandise shop. You will find the link in the video description for that. It's meisterlehnsherr.spreadshirt.net, and I have another one over at Sixth Society. Just check out the links in the video description for that. In the future, I might add, if that's possible, Wiesen merchandise, because Oktoberfest merchandise would just be amazing. That little thing definitely is cool.
Yeah, like designing your own lederhose.
Oh, that would be fun. Yeah.
To get Germanized edition.
Because I got really fond. I'm really fond of the lederhosen now. It's really, really cool fashion thing, I think. Very Bavarian, very not... I mean, it is German in a way, but people always think all of Germany wears that, but only Bavaria really wears that.
It's like a traditional clothing.
Yeah, it's
like
a Trachten.
A Trachten,
it's called in the German word for that.
Right.
But yeah, I enjoyed that. And Oktoberfest in general, really cool as always. Lots of beer to drink. If you don't like beer, Oktoberfest is probably not for you. I mean, the atmosphere is still great, but you will not get a lot of different drinks. At least I have not seen a lot of different drinks directly at the table.
What kind of beer is it? Like, is it?
It's specific to the tent, actually. They have Löwenbräu in the Löwenbräu tent. In the Bräurosel tent, I think they had Hackabschor. It's like a Bavarian local beer brand, I think. It really depends on the tent. They had an Augustiner tent. I assume they would have an Augustiner beer there. And in every tent it's different, and it costs a different amount of money as well. It's around 10.60, I think, or something for a liter of beer this year. For Stein. They are not filled up to the very top though. So, well, it's pretty expensive.
But that's kind of expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's very expensive. It gets more expensive every year.
Wow.
Apparently what happens is the waitress that you have buys the beer from the Oktoberfest and then sells it to you. So she needs to get a tip. She lives off the tip you give her as well. That's why she gets angry and doesn't serve you as much anymore if you don't give a good tip. What we did in the beginning, we just gave her 100 euros to pay her for, like, you get vouchers if you have tent reservations, right? For beer. 2 for beer and 1 for food. But there's no tip on those vouchers. So that's why for the whole group, we gave her 100 euros in the beginning so that they didn't have to worry about tipping for those vouchers. They just handed the vouchers to the waitress and she didn't need any tip. But one of the waitresses didn't know about the deal we had with the other waitress because they're supposed to share that money. And she said, by the way, we do not get tip on this. Then she got a little bit cranky. But then we explained it and it was fine. But yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of expensive, yeah.
It is, it is. By the way, guys, look at this beautiful sunrise.
Yeah.
Haven't mentioned it even once. I've been looking at it the whole time. It's really beautiful.
Yeah. And of course, it's live as
of
it can
course, be. Of course. It's all live.
Oh yeah, all live. Life is live.
But yeah, I suggest you at least check out the Oktoberfest once. I'll go every year probably. Next year I'll go again. So whenever you get the chance, Dave or our viewers out here, check out the Oktoberfest. I'll have another meet and greet there. I'll have a meet and greet in Tokyo as well, and we're gonna go to Paris on New Year's Eve. We might have a meet and greet there, and I also will probably have a meet and greet at a Christmas market in Germany in November or December. I'll make announcements for that on my social media pages like Facebook or on Snapchat or Instagram, or just in a video like this. So definitely follow me on all of these. You will find the links to all of that in the video description. And what's also really helpful to allow me to travel to all these different places to do those meet and greets is if you either become a patron on patreon.com/getgermanized. You'll even get rewards there if you support me regularly. For example, you get the videos one day early, you get access to the Patreon only live streams, And well, you do me a big solid, because obviously I want to meet a lot of you guys, and as it seems you want to meet up with me and with Dave and all my other friends that you see in my videos as well. So if you become a supporter, or if you donate on PayPal, a link for that also in the video description, you make that possible. And on this note, I want to thank all my patrons who've been with me for many months, and even the new patrons who decided to support me. I am so thankful. Dave knows it as well. He's got a Patreon page for his videos as well. You can check him out on VlogDave, or what was the other one again? Dave Durden TV?
Yeah, that's my Let's Play channel.
Yeah, we both have Let's Play channels as well. But yeah, if you support us, you will help us out a lot. So thank you. You make this possible. You make us being YouTubers possible and bringing you content, high quality content regularly. So thank you. It's you why we do this, and it's you why we continue to do this, right?
I second that, yeah.
So guys, I think the sun is up, the talk is almost over. Dave, any last words?
Well, thanks for listening, so to speak. Because normally I'd say thanks for watching. I mean, somehow you watched the sun, you know, rising and all that, but
which was beautiful.
Which was beautiful. Maybe as beautiful as our talk was. I don't know.
I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, let us know in the comments. If you wanna have future talks like this with beautiful German landscapes in the background, let us know. Ask us questions and give us topics for the next videos. That would be amazing. That helps us out a lot as well. Like the video, that shows us that you enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you're interested in future videos. And you will find, like I said, Dave's channel in the video description as well.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to get Germanized. Goodbye and auf Wiedersehen. Euer VlogDave. Nee, ich bin euer VlogDave.
Ich bin euer VlogDave.
How do you express gratitude for the people and things in your life? And do you think you do it often enough?
Well, I try to be a good friend. I try to be there for them when they need me. For the things, that is more difficult. Well, I mean, I try to be a good person. I don't trick people.